Hi, welcome back to the short and new video on amendment. So sorry for being a bit late in uploading the video. I know that you all are waiting for this video. The place of supply. So as I told you in the last this video that we'll be discussing on place of supply soon, and I had given you the task of first going through the amendment for this. Okay, previous video on amendment, especially supply. Now the place of supply here. The clarification regarding the place of supply. So that is clarification regarding the place of supply of online services supplied by the supplier of services to unregistered recipient. So what is the place of supply where the online services supplied by one person to unregistered recipient? For example, see, I'm giving the online service now free of cost, basically free of cost, but still, what if I provide the service to you and you are unregistered person? In that case, what is the place of supply? It has been clarified that conjoined to the reading of section number 12, subsection 2, clause B. Section number 12.2 of IGST Act. 12.2 is place of supply mein general rule. 12B is if the person is unregistered person, then if the address is available, then his address. If address is not available, then the place of supplier's place will be the place of supply. You remember this? Okay. The section number 31, subsection 2 of the CGST Act and the proviso to the rule 46F of the GST of the, I'm so sorry. Okay. Of the G, एक minute. Yeah, it leads to the conclusion. CGST rules. Yeah, it leads to the conclusion that in respect of the supply of services made to unregistered person, irrespective of the value of the said supply, the supplier is required to mandatorily record the name of the state of the unregistered persons. Whenever a supplier, I am registered, I am giving services to you, you are under, I am required to indicate in the invoice. Receipt of the tax invoice in cases involving supply of online money gaming of the services through an electronic commerce operator or supply of online information and database access or retrieval services. See, if I am giving you the online money gaming service or if I am giving you OIDR service, when I am giving you the invoice, I have to mention the name of the state from the invoice. So that is required. And recording the name of the state of the unregistered supplier on the tax invoice in respect of the supply of the service shall be deemed as the address on record of the recipient. So that state which I mentioned in the invoice note, that itself is considered as the address of the recipient. That is the address, and that address will be the place of supply. So very simple, Uba. It is given in the summary. This is the summary here. In case, see, very simple. You have to remember this now. First one, the case is that where the service provider, online service provider is giving services to unregistered person, the supplier is required to put the state of the unregistered person in the invoice. This state itself is considered as place of supply. See, supplier of online services, the name of the state of the unregistered person, irrespective of the value of the supply, that has to be mentioned in the invoice. The name of state shall be deemed as address on record. and the place of supply of the location of the recipient. Place of supply is location of the recipient. Ashte, Vishya, only three things. Online service provider, giving services to unregistered person, mention the state in the invoice, and that state itself is considered as the place of supply. Irrespective of the value, value may be 1 rupee. Even for 1 rupee in the invoice, you have to mention. Okay, that is one point here. And later, one more important one is that accordingly, in such cases, the place of supply of such services shall be considered as location of the recipient, which is mentioned in the invoice. That is done. That is done. And here, given the in the thick letters, they have given the summary. Thus, in respect of the following cases, the supply to unregistered person, the supplier is mandatorily required to record the name of the state of the recipient on the tax invoice, irrespective of the value of the supply of such services, and to declare the place of supply of the said services as the location of the recipient, which is mentioned in the invoice. Clear? This is applicable for supply of any such online digital services, OIDR services, online money gaming. This is the amendment. People, you have to remember this. This is the amendment in place of supply. Now, amendment in exemption. Exemption from GST. Very important amendment. People, easy amendments. Easy one. Okay. First, amendment in the services exempted from GST. Notification number 12, 2017, central tax rate dated 28/6/2017 provide the list of the services. Correct. We have discussed that list in the classroom. So, following existing exemptions have been amended. What is that exemption? First exemption, description of the service. Description of the service is that supply of services by way of providing the metering equipments on rent or testing for meter transformers or capacitors, etc. Now, these linemans, they climb the pole, that electric pole, and they use some metering equipments. So these metering equipments are given on rent to these guys. They have to pay the rent. So on that rent, that was exempt. That is exempt. That is actually metering equipment that is exempt. And they have done some changes here. See, electricity connection, shifting of the meters lines, issuing the duplicate bills, etc. Those were the services given by these linemen, which are incidental or ancillary to the supply of the transmission or only that is the change. Distribution of electricity provided by the electricity transmission or distribution utilities. Earlier, and was the word which is used. Now it is or. They made it as or. Nothing such changes which has happened. You just remember that electricity is exempt, and that metering equipments which are given on rent, no, that is also exempt. Maybe by electricity transmission company or distribution utilities. Or instead of and or. Second amendment is that any services provided by the National Skill Development Corporation, National Council for Vocational Education. See, all these are given in the book. Same. What is the change? One more is added, a training partner approved by the National Skill Development Corporation. Earlier, this was not there. Now, even if the training partner approved by the National Skill Development Corporation, that service is also exempt. Not just National Skill Development Authority or Corporation, not only the services given by them, any partner of these guys, that is also exempt. In relation to all these vocational or skill development program or any national skill qualification framework program, all these are exempt. Only this is the change. So कुछ खास बात नहीं है इसमें, but लेकिन if you want to if you feel like, sir, I have skipped the amendment, don't worry, this is the amendment. Nothing. And one more new amendment has come into your syllabus. New amendment is The services of insurance provided by the Motor Vehicle Accident Fund. Insurance provided by Motor Vehicle Accident Fund, constituted under the Section 164B of the Motor Vehicles Act, against the contributions made by the insurer out of the premiums collected for the third party insurance of the motor vehicles. That is also exempt. So basically, you remember that services of insurance provided by the Motor Vehicle Accident Fund, constituted under the Section 164, that is exempt. New exemption it is. And they have introduced a new definition. New definition has been introduced. Very simple. Who is insurer? Insurer has the same meaning as against to it in the subsection 9 of section number 2. Insurer means the same meaning as given in section number 9, subsection 2. As per section number 2, subsection 9. So who is insurer? Insurer means any Indian insurance company or statutory body established by an act of the parliament, insurance cooperative society, or foreign company engaged in reinsurance business through the branch established in India. Anyone, maybe Indian insurance company or statutory body, nothing but company. Insurance cooperative society, that can also be insurance company. Or foreign company which has insurance business in India, they are also insurers. And one clarification is given here. Clarification in respect of the applicability of GST on facility management services. Facility management services provided to Municipal Corporation of Delhi. Municipal Corporation of Delhi. What was the issue? That Municipal Corporation, they take the service from the people. Example, civil maintenance or housekeeping, cleaning, cobweb, all these things. So these are some services which are taken, maybe horticulture services from facility management agency for upkeep of their offices. The issue which arose for consideration was whether such services received by municipality is exempt. See, given by them is exempt under article number 243W. Given by them is exempt, but received by them is exempt. No, that is not exempt given here. The services of facility management such as housekeeping, civil maintenance, furniture maintenance, and horticulture agency for upkeep of the office of MCD, Municipal Corporation of Delhi. So upkeeping their their place. So if they take some services, whether that is exempt, okay, are not supplied in relation to 243W. So such services are not covered under the scope of entry. So that's why it is taxable. See, given by them is exempt. Received by them is exempt? No. Thus, it has been clarified that GST is applicable on the services provided by Facility Management Agency to Municipal Corporation of Delhi, headquarters for upkeep of its headquarters building at applicable rates, as these services are not covered under the scope of entry at serial number 3A of the notification. So that is the point which is given here. So MCD giving services exempt. They are taking these kind of services, that is not exempt here. So this is about your 2 chapters ka amendment, simple amendments that we discussed. Please watch it repeatedly. And if you get some doubts, you know what you have to do. You can text me on my WhatsApp. Okay. So we will discuss more amendments in the next class. Until then, people keep studying, keep growing. Exams are nearing. 4th September onwards is your exam. Per day, 10-20 minutes, you can spend your time on amendments. Please do study.